Hey there!
Papa! Papa!
The cathedral doors exploded open with a bang that silenced 300 wedding guests mid-gasp. Kang Ji-Hoon, Seoul's most feared Mafia king, stood at the altar in his $1,000 suit, watching his carefully orchestrated wedding unravel in the most spectacular way possible. His bride, the daughter of a rival crime family, a union meant to end a bloody territorial war, had just sprinted down the aisle in the opposite direction, her $10,000 dress hiked up to her thighs, mascara streaming down her face. But that wasn't the WTF moment. The WTF moment was the gorgeous African woman now standing in the doorway, her natural curls wild around her face, wearing ripped jeans and a leather jacket, with a screaming toddler on each hip. "Papa!" Both children shrieked in unison, tiny hands reaching toward Ji-Hoon. The cathedral fell into stunned silence. Ji-Hoon's brain short-circuited. He'd never seen this woman before in his life. He definitely didn't have children. And he absolutely wasn't anyone's papa. The woman's brown eyes locked with his, wide with what looked like genuine panic. "I am so sorry," she said in perfect Korean, her accent delightfully melodic. "I can explain. Actually, no I can't. But I really need your help right now, and these babies haven't stopped screaming since we got off the plane, and apparently you're the only person in all of Seoul who looks like their papa." The twins screeched again, louder this time. "Wait, did you just see that? Before we continue this absolutely insane story, my mom told me this video won't get 10,000 views or 1,000 subscribers. Can you please prove her wrong? Smash that subscribe button, hit the like if you're already hooked, and comment where you're watching from. I need to show her that you guys love this chaotic, beautiful, steamy Afro-Korean mafia romance as much as I do. Now, let's get back to Ji-Hoon and our mystery queen." Ji-Hoon's second-in-command, Min-jae, appeared at his elbow. "Boss, should I remove them?" "You touch these babies and I will destroy you with my bare hands," the woman said cheerfully, shifting the toddlers on her hips like they weighed nothing. "I work out." Despite everything, the ruined wedding, the 300 witnesses, the rival families now muttering about omens and disrespect, Ji-Hoon felt his lips twitch. This woman had just threatened his most lethal enforcer with a smile on her face. "Who are you?" Ji-Hoon asked, his voice deadly calm. "Zara Okafor," she said. "And before you ask, no, we've never met. Yes, I know this is weird. And yes, I realize I just ruined your wedding, but in my defense, your bride was already running away, so I think we can call it a mutual disaster." One of the twins, a little boy with Ji-Hoon's exact eyebrow shape, reached for him again. "Papa, up." "I'm not your father," Ji-Hoon said firmly. "Tell that to their face," Zara muttered. "Look, I've been on a plane for 14 hours with screaming twins who refuse to believe their actual father is dead. They saw your photo in a Korean magazine at the airport and lost their minds. Started calling you Papa. I tried to explain genetics to 2-year-olds. It went poorly." Ji-Hoon descended from the altar, ignoring the gasps from his guests. Up close, Zara was even more striking. Smooth dark skin, full lips curved in an apologetic smile, and eyes that sparkled with mischief despite her obvious exhaustion. "Their father is dead," he repeated. "Car accident. 3 months ago." Her voice softened. "I'm their godmother. Their mom was my best friend. She died in childbirth. So now I'm a single woman with 2 toddlers, no family in Korea, and apparently the worst timing in history." The little girl buried her face in Zara's neck, suddenly shy. Ji-Hoon should have her escorted out. Should salvage what remained of this disaster. Should. "Papa!" The boy shrieked, lunging forward. Ji-Hoon's instincts kicked in. He caught the toddler before he could fall, and suddenly he was holding a 2-year-old who smelled like baby shampoo and airplane snacks, who wrapped tiny arms around his neck and sighed like he'd just come home. Something in Ji-Hoon's chest cracked open. "Well," Zara said, watching him with an expression he couldn't read. "That's inconvenient." "What is?" "You being devastatingly handsome while holding a baby. That's just unfair to the rest of us trying to keep our ovaries in check." Min-jae choked on air. Ji-Hoon stared at this woman who had just crashed his wedding, handed him someone else's child, and was now openly flirting with him in front of 300 witnesses. You're insane, he said. And you're wearing a wedding dress from 1995. Who's really winning here? It's Valentino. It's tragic. The little girl whimpered, and Ji-Hoon found himself reaching for her too. She came willingly, curling into his other arm like she'd been doing it her whole life. Zara's expression softened. They haven't slept in days. Their world is terrifying right now. All they want is someone who feels safe. And I look like their father. Apparently you could be his twin. Which is weird because he was Nigerian Korean, and you're... She gestured vaguely at all of him. Terrifying. I was going to say ridiculously hot for a crime lord, but sure, let's go with terrifying. She knew who he was. And she was still here, making jokes, looking at him like he was a man instead of a monster. Ji-Hoon made a decision that would change everything. Come with me. Is that a threat or an invitation? Yes. Zara's laugh was bright and unexpected. Finally, someone who speaks my language. He turned to face his wedding guests, still holding both sleeping toddlers. The wedding is postponed. Anyone who has a problem with that can take it up with me personally. No one moved. Ji-Hoon walked down the aisle with a woman he'd just met and 2 children who weren't his, leaving behind a runaway bride, 300 shocked guests, and every carefully laid plan he'd made. At the cathedral doors, Zara leaned close and whispered, "So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much trouble am I in?" 11. Perfect. That's my lucky number. Ji-Hoon's penthouse overlooked the glittering Seoul skyline like a kingdom, and Zara tried very hard not to be impressed. She failed spectacularly. "Okay, so you're rich," she said, watching the twins toddle around the massive living room while Ji-Hoon's staff materialized with toys, blankets, and what looked like an entire nursery's worth of supplies. Like, I can make people disappear rich. I can make people disappear, Ji-Hoon confirmed, shrugging off his suit jacket. But usually I just pay them to leave. That's oddly wholesome for a mafia king. I'm efficient, not a monster. Zara collapsed onto his leather sofa, exhaustion finally catching up with her. The twins, Amara and Kai, were already playing with blocks, their earlier hysteria forgotten now that they were near their papa. Ji-Hoon poured 2 glasses of whiskey and handed her one. His fingers brushed hers, and the spark of electricity made her breath catch. "So," he said, settling beside her, close enough to feel his heat. "Tell me the real story." I did. Best friend died. Babies needed me. I quit my job, sold everything, and moved to Seoul because their father's family is here. Or was supposed to be here. Turns out his family wants nothing to do with mixed babies. Ji-Hoon's jaw tightened. Names. Oh no, we're not doing the revenge murder thing. I can fight my own battles. I don't doubt it. But in Seoul, you're in my world now. That makes you my responsibility. I've been here for 6 hours. And you've already crashed my wedding. We're basically married. Zara choked on her whiskey. Did the scary mafia man just make a joke? I contain multitudes. She laughed, and his eyes softened in a way that made her stomach flip. This was dangerous. He was dangerous. But when Kai climbed into Ji-Hoon's lap without hesitation, and Ji-Hoon adjusted to make room without even pausing their conversation, something in Zara's heart shifted. "Why did you help me?" she asked quietly. "Because you walked into a room full of armed criminals and threatened my second-in-command while holding 2 babies. That's either bravery or insanity. Why not both?" "Exactly." He studied her face. "And because when I held them, they stopped crying. No one's ever looked at me like I could be safe before." The vulnerability in his voice undid her. "For what it's worth," Zara said, "you're doing great at the whole accidental papa thing. I'm not their father. Tell that to Kai, who's literally asleep on your chest right now." Ji-Hoon looked down at the toddler drooling on his custom shirt and didn't move him. "This is a problem. The biggest. I have enemies. Staying here puts you in danger. Existing puts me in danger. I'm a black woman with 2 mixed babies in a country where I don't speak the language perfectly and everyone stares. I've been in danger since I got off the plane. His expression darkened. Has anyone hurt you? Just some stares and whispers. Nothing I can't handle. That's not acceptable. Ji-Hoon, I don't need a savior. I need a friend. Maybe a really hot friend who can help me navigate this city and not die, but still. A really hot friend? Have you seen you? You're like if Danger and Cheekbones had a baby. He leaned closer, and Zara's breath caught. You're not like anyone I've ever met. That's because I'm amazing. And humble. Humility is for people who aren't this fabulous. His laugh was low and rich, and it did things to her insides that should be illegal. Amara toddled over, shoving a stuffed bear at Zara. Mama sleep. I'm not, Zara started, but the little girl was already climbing into her lap. Ji-Hoon's eyes met hers over the children's heads, something unspoken passing between them. Stay, he said. Just for tonight. Let them sleep somewhere safe. And tomorrow? Tomorrow we figure out how to explain to my organization why I have a fake family now. Is it fake if we're all really committed to the bit? His smile was slow and devastating. You're going to be trouble, aren't you? The best kind. 3 days later, Zara was living in Ji-Hoon's penthouse and questioning every life choice that had led her here. I can't take the twins to a Mafia meeting, she hissed, trying to wrangle Kai into pants while Amara painted the wall with yogurt. Ji-Hoon emerged from his bedroom in yet another devastating suit, looking like sin and money. They're not coming to the meeting. We have a nanny now. We have a what? Mrs. Kim. Former intelligence operative. Current grandmother of 6. She's been background checked within an inch of her life. A tiny Korean woman appeared, took one look at the yogurt-covered wall, and clucked her tongue. Within seconds, she had both twins cleaned, dressed, and giggling. I love her, Zara breathed. Everyone does. Now get dressed. We have dinner reservations. I'm not going to your Mafia meeting. It's not a meeting. It's a date. Zara's brain flatlined. Excuse me. Ji-Hoon leaned against the doorframe, devastating and casual. The entire underworld thinks you're my mistress or my secret wife. Either way, we need to be seen together. Make it believable. That's the worst date proposal I've ever heard. I'll pick you up at 7. Wear something that says, I could destroy you but I'll kiss you instead. I don't own that. Check your closet. He left, and Zara rushed to the guest room. Her closet, which had been empty yesterday, was now full of designer dresses. She wanted to be mad. She really did. But the emerald green dress fit like it was made for her body specifically, and when she emerged at 7, Ji-Hoon's expression made her feel like a goddess. Devastating, he murmured, offering his arm. You're not so bad yourself. The restaurant was exclusive, expensive, and clearly owned by someone in Ji-Hoon's world. They were seated in a private room overlooking the city, and Zara tried not to think about how much this felt like a real date. So, she said, sipping wine that probably cost more than her old rent. Do you do this often? Fake date women to maintain your reputation? Never. You're my first. I'm honored. You should be. I don't let just anyone crash my wedding. In my defense, your bride did that first. His laugh surprised her. She's already married to someone else. In Busan. With my blessing. You let her go? I'm not a monster, Zara. The marriage was business. She was in love with someone else. I'm not going to force anyone into misery. She studied him, this man who was supposed to be terrifying but who had spent the last 3 days building block towers with toddlers and making sure she had everything she needed. You're not what I expected, she admitted. What did you expect? More murder. Less this. She gestured at the romantic lighting, the soft music, the way he was looking at her like she mattered. I save the murder for Tuesdays. It's Wednesday. Then you're safe. Their food arrived, a tasting menu that was basically art, and they fell into easy conversation. Ji-Hoon asked about her life in New York, her work as a graphic designer, how she'd met the twins' mother. She was my college roommate, Zara said softly. First person who didn't make me feel like I had to be anything other than myself. When she got pregnant and the father bailed, I was there. And when she died. Her voice broke. Ji-Hoon's hand covered hers. You didn't have to take them. Yes, I did. They're mine. Maybe not biologically, but in every way that matters. That's why you came to Korea? For family that rejected you. I had to try. For them. She squeezed his hand. I didn't expect to find this. This. You. Whatever this is. The air between them shifted, charged with possibility. Zara, Ji-Hoon said, his voice low. I need you to understand something. My world is dangerous. The people I deal with don't hesitate to hurt what I care about. So you're saying you care about me? I'm saying I haven't stopped thinking about you since you walked into that cathedral. I'm saying those twins call me Papa and I don't hate it. I'm saying this fake arrangement is starting to feel very real, and that terrifies me. Her heart thundered. I'm scared too. You should be. Anyone connected to me becomes a target. Then protect me. I intend to. He stood, pulling her up with him, and suddenly they were inches apart, his hands on her waist, her palms against his chest. This is a terrible idea, she whispered. The worst, he agreed. He kissed her anyway. It was soft and devastating and perfect, tasting like wine and promises, and when they broke apart, Zara's entire world had shifted on its axis. Well, she breathed. That was. The window exploded inward in a shower of glass. Ji-Hoon tackled her to the ground as bullets tore through the private room, his body covering hers completely. Stay down, he ordered, and suddenly he wasn't the man who played with toddlers. He was the Mafia king, cold and lethal, returning fire with a gun that had appeared from nowhere. The shooting stopped as quickly as it started. Ji-Hoon pulled her up, checking her for injuries. Are you hurt? No, your arm is bleeding. It's nothing. It's a bullet wound. His men burst in, securing the room, and Ji-Hoon's second-in-command Min-jae looked grim. The twins, Zara gasped. Already secured, Min-jae assured her. Mrs. Kim has them in the safe room. Ji-Hoon's jaw was tight. Who was it? Park's men. They're not happy about the wedding cancellation. Then Park and I need to have a conversation. Zara grabbed his uninjured arm. You can't just go murder someone because our date got interrupted. Watch me. Ji-Hoon. He cupped her face, and despite the blood and the bullets and the danger, his touch was gentle. They tried to kill you. I don't negotiate with people who try to kill what's mine. What's yours? Yes. If you'll have me. Her laugh was slightly hysterical. You're asking me to be your girlfriend after someone just shot at us? I'm asking you to be mine. Girlfriend seems insufficient. You're insane. And you're extraordinary. Say yes, Zara. She should say no. Should run. Should take the twins and disappear. Instead, she kissed him, tasting blood and danger and the promise of something worth fighting for. Yes, she whispered against his lips. But you have to promise not to die on me. Deal. Now let's go home to our children. They're not. Yes, they are. We're doing this, aren't we? Fake family that's becoming real. Zara's heart soared. Yeah. We're doing this. The twins had no idea their papa had just survived an assassination attempt. They were too busy demanding breakfast and using Ji-Hoon's expensive furniture as a jungle gym. Amara, we don't climb on Daddy's Ming vase, Zara said, catching the toddler mid-leap. Ji-Hoon looked up from his laptop, arm bandaged but working anyway. Did you just call me Daddy? Did you just let that turn you on? Min-jae, who was reporting on overnight security, made a strangled noise. You're dismissed, Ji-Hoon told him. Thank God, Min-jae muttered, fleeing. Zara settled on the couch beside Ji-Hoon, Amara in her lap. So, someone wants you dead. How does that work? Park Jin-woo runs the Busan territory. The wedding was supposed to unite our territories. Now he thinks I've disrespected him. By not marrying his daughter who ran away? Logic isn't his strong suit. What are you going to do? Meet with him. Make it clear that you and the twins are off limits. Zara's stomach clenched. You can't go alone. I won't. But you're staying here. Like hell. He cupped her face, thumb stroking her cheek. Zara, I need to know you're safe. That they're safe. I can't think clearly if I'm worried about you. And I can't breathe if you're walking into danger without me. You've been in my life for less than a week. And yet here we are. Kai toddled over, shoving a toy car at Ji-Hoon. Papa. Vroom vroom. Ji-Hoon's expression softened impossibly. He set aside his laptop and got on the floor with the toddler, making car noises and building a racetrack out of books. Zara's heart cracked wide open. This dangerous man, this feared Mafia king, was playing cars with a 2-year-old who wasn't even his. I love you, she blurted. Ji-Hoon froze. Kai kept playing, oblivious. What? I love you. I know it's insane and too fast and completely illogical, but I love you. So you don't get to go get yourself killed meeting with some territorial gangster because I just figured out I want to keep you. Ji-Hoon stood, pulling her up with him, and kissed her so thoroughly that she forgot her own name. I love you too, he said against her lips. Which is why I'm ending this war today. By negotiating? By making Park an offer he can't refuse. That's literally the most Mafia thing you've ever said. I'm a Mafia king. It happens. The meeting was set for noon at a neutral location, a restaurant in Gangnam that served as Switzerland for Seoul's underworld. Ji-Hoon wore his most intimidating suit. Zara wore the dress he'd bought her and absolutely refused to stay home. If I die, you're explaining to the twins why Papa isn't coming back, Ji-Hoon muttered. If you die, I'm resurrecting you just to kill you again for leaving me. Min-jae looked between them. You two are insane. Thank you, they said in unison. Park Jin-woo was a bull of a man with cold eyes and a smile that didn't reach them. He looked at Zara like she was a bug to be crushed. So, the African whore who ruined my daughter's wedding. Ji-Hoon's hand shot out, stopping Min-jae from drawing his weapon. Finish that sentence and die, Park. Truth hurts. The truth, Zara said sweetly, is that your daughter was already married to someone else. I just gave her an exit strategy. You're welcome. Park's face reddened. You dare. I dare a lot of things. Including telling you that if you ever call me a whore again, I will personally ensure every crime family in Seoul knows you tried to trap Ji-Hoon in a fraudulent marriage alliance. How's your reputation going to handle that? Silence. Ji-Hoon's lips twitched. She makes a good point. This is business, Park snarled. We had an agreement. Which your daughter violated by marrying someone else first. The agreement is void. Ji-Hoon leaned forward. But I'm not unreasonable. I'll give you Incheon territory. Full operational control. In exchange, you leave me, my woman, and my children alone. Forever. Park's eyes widened. Incheon was valuable, contested, and Ji-Hoon was just giving it up? Why? Park demanded. Ji-Hoon looked at Zara, and the expression on his face made her breath catch. Because I'm choosing family over empire. Take it or leave it. Park studied them, calculation in his eyes. Finally, he nodded. Done. But if you ever come for my territory. I won't. I'm getting out. The shock in the room was palpable. You're what? Min-jae sputtered. Getting out. Legitimizing the business. Going clean. Ji-Hoon stood, pulling Zara with him. I've spent 10 years building an empire. Now I want to build a life. Park laughed. You'll be dead in a month. Soft. Maybe. But I'll die happy. They left, and in the car, Zara turned to him. Did you just give up half your territory for me? Yes. Are you insane? Completely. You make me insane. She kissed him, wild and desperate and grateful. I can't believe you're going legitimate, Min-jae said from the front seat. Believe it. I'm going to be a boring businessman who goes to PTA meetings and builds Lego sets. You don't even have biological children. I have Amara and Kai. That's enough. Zara's eyes filled with tears. You're really doing this? Giving up everything? Not everything. Just the parts that don't matter. You matter. They matter. The rest is just money and power. Just money and power, she repeated, laughing through tears. Marry me, Ji-Hoon said suddenly. The car swerved. What? Zara and Min-jae said together. Marry me. For real this time. Let me be their papa legally. Let me be your husband. Let me spend the rest of my life making you laugh and keeping you safe. We've known each other for 5 days. And I've loved you for all of them. Say yes, Zara. She looked at this impossible man who had appended his entire life for her and 2 children who weren't his blood. Yes, she whispered. Yes, you crazy, wonderful, ridiculous man. He kissed her, and Min-jae started planning the security for what was definitely going to be Seoul's most interesting wedding. The wedding was planned for 3 weeks out, enough time to actually do it right this time. Zara was in the penthouse trying on dresses when her phone rang with a number she didn't recognize. She almost didn't answer. But something made her pick up. Is this Zara Okafor? A woman's voice, Korean but speaking English. Who's asking? My name is Dr. Yoon Hae-jin. I work at Seoul National University Hospital. I've been trying to locate you regarding Amara and Kai. Zara's blood ran cold. What about them? I was their father's doctor. Young Dae-hyun. Before he died, he left something with me. Documentation. About the children's biological family. Their family rejected them. Not all of it. Zara, I need you to come to the hospital. There's something you need to know. Ji-Hoon found her an hour later, sitting in their bedroom, holding the twins while they napped. What's wrong? He asked immediately. She told him about the call. His expression darkened. It could be a trap. Or it could be real family. People who actually want them. You're their real family. But what if there are grandparents? Aunts? Uncles who didn't know about them? Ji-Hoon sat beside her, careful not to wake the babies. Are you afraid they'll take them from you? Terrified. Then we go together. Find out the truth. And if anyone tries to take them, they'll have to go through both of us. Dr. Yoon was a kind-faced woman in her 50s who met them in a private office. Thank you for coming, she said, gesturing to chairs. Mrs. Kim had the twins in the waiting room, bribed with snacks. What's this about? Ji-Hoon asked, his voice cold and protective. Dr. Yoon pulled out a file. Young Dae-hyun came to me 6 months before he died. He was sick, terminal cancer. He knew he didn't have long. Zara's chest tightened. The twins' mother never said. She didn't know. He didn't tell her. Didn't want her final months to be about his death. Dr. Yoon slid papers across the desk. He made arrangements. Set up trust funds. And he told me about his family situation. They rejected the babies, Zara said flatly. His parents did. But his brother didn't. Young Min-suk has been searching for the twins for 3 months. He's been overseas, didn't know about the accident until recently. Why didn't he contact me directly? He tried. But you'd already left the country. He hired investigators, and they traced you here. Ji-Hoon's hand found Zara's. What does he want? Dr. Yoon smiled. To meet his niece and nephew. To be part of their lives. He's not trying to take them from Ms. Okafor. He just wants to be family. The door opened and a man entered. Late 30s, kind eyes, and oh God, he looked exactly like the twins. Zara Okafor? He said in English. I'm Min-suk. I'm so sorry for everything you've been through. My parents. They're traditional. They couldn't accept that my brother married outside our race. But I'm not them. Zara stood on shaky legs. You want to be in their lives? If you'll let me. I don't want to take them from you. You're their mother in every way that matters. But I'd like to be their uncle. To tell them about their father. To be family. Something in Zara's chest loosened. They need all the family they can get. Min-suk's smile was brilliant. Can I meet them? Watching Min-suk with the twins was surreal. Amara climbed into his lap immediately, and Kai brought him every toy he owned. The resemblance was uncanny, and Min-suk's eyes filled with tears. They look just like him, he whispered. They have his smile, Zara agreed. Ji-Hoon watched from the doorway, and when Zara joined him, he pulled her close. You okay? He murmured. Yeah. I think this is good. They deserve to know where they come from. And you deserve to not do this alone. Min-suk looked up. Mr. Kang, I've heard about you. I'm sure you have. Thank you. For protecting them. For loving her. He gestured to Zara. My brother would have liked you. I never met him. No, but you're doing what he would have done. Putting family first. Ji-Hoon's expression softened. They're easy to love. Papa. Kai called, and Ji-Hoon went to him immediately, scooping him up. Min-suk watched with a smile. They really do think you're their father. I'm working on making it legal, Ji-Hoon said. Zara and I are getting married. I'm adopting them. Then I guess that makes us family, Min-suk said, extending his hand. Ji-Hoon shook it. Welcome to the chaos. That night, after Min-suk had left with promises to visit often and the twins were asleep, Zara and Ji-Hoon stood on the penthouse balcony overlooking Seoul. So, she said. We have a wedding to plan. A Mafia empire to legitimize. 2 toddlers to raise. And now an extended family to navigate. When you put it that way, it sounds exhausting. Is it too much? He turned her to face him, moonlight catching in his dark eyes. Zara, before you, my life was empty. Power, money, respect. None of it mattered. Now I wake up to children laughing and you stealing my coffee and Mrs. Kim scolding me for working too much. It's chaotic and loud and nothing I planned. And it's everything I never knew I wanted. She kissed him, soft and sweet and full of promise. I love you, she whispered. I love you too. Both of you. All 4 of us. He paused. Did I just include myself in the count? You're such a dad already. Terrifying. The best kind. They stood there, wrapped in each other, while the city glittered below them. 3 weeks later, they got married in a small ceremony with Min-jae as best man, Min-suk giving Zara away, and 2 toddlers as the world's most chaotic ring-bearers. When the officiant asked if anyone objected, Amara yelled Papa. And everyone laughed. Ji-Hoon kissed his bride while their children cheered, and for the first time in his life, the feared Mafia king was exactly where he belonged. But in the back of the ceremony, a woman watched from the shadows. She had Ji-Hoon's eyes. And she was holding a photograph of a young Ji-Hoon with a child who looked exactly like Kai and Amara. Her phone buzzed with a text, DNA results confirmed. The twins are his. What do you want us to do? She smiled, cold and calculating. Nothing. Yet. Let him play house. Let him fall in love. And then we'll tell him the truth, that the children he's adopting are actually his biological twins. The ones taken from him 5 years ago that he never knew existed. She deleted the message and slipped out of the wedding. After all, family secrets were so much more fun when they exploded at the worst possible moment. End of part 1. What did you think? Twins that are actually his. The plot thickens. Part 2 is coming soon, but only if this video hits 10k views and 1k subscribers. My mom is still doubting us. Prove her wrong. Smash that subscribe button, like this video, and comment where you're watching from. Are you Team Chaos or Team I Saw That Coming? Let me know.